Hello YouTube, I have the review on the Philips Metro headphones. This is in the Cityscape lineup, so let's get into it. Taking a look at the headphones, first thing you'll be greeted with is the Cityscape collection, Metro and Extra Bass. These are headphones that do have a little more bass in them. So on the back it just tells you a little bit about it. 40mm drivers, let's just get this to focus. It just tells you about the headphones, extra stuff, insulation, good cushions, 1.2 meter flat cable. It's actually a pretty small flat cable. But now let's just take a look at headphones, and these were purchased at a store for $30, originally $50, but if you're lucky you can probably get them on sale. So taking a look at the headphones themselves, as you can see, let's just do a quick view. We have the Philips logo right here. We have this, which makes headphones get bigger and smaller. You have your rotating cushion. Of course, you have your left side cable that is actually pretty thin. And you have your right and your left indicator. I don't know why this headband is here. It kind of does that. I'm not too big of a fan of that, but you can see right here we have just the cushions. And let's just take a look at the headphone cord. As you can see, I don't really know if you can see that too well, but I think it looks like it's gold plated. At the top there is a little bump right there as part of the headphone jack is kind of wearing off. It used to be flat, but now there's kind of a bump. Feels like this part is gonna just pop up. I think it'll last for another year or so, but headphones, pretty good. They're pretty stretchable, as you hear. You can hear a little crack in them, but it doesn't really affect how they work. Everything still works fine. So they're not really stretchable headphones. You have a solid band here, but if you sat on these, I'm pretty sure they'd be toast. Now talk about the comfort and the noise insulation. It is a pretty comfortable headphone for the first hour. After you wear them for about an hour, it just goes downhill from there. Start your ears, they just feel like they're pressing against your head too much. They're pretty soft when you feel it, but when they're on your head for more than an hour, they usually tend to hurt a little bit. These headphones mainly are just used for something that's on my bedside table. I just grab it when I want to watch something, mainly just for Netflix, but Netflix and YouTube. But usually, if I'm using it for more than an hour, it starts to hurt. It's not really too irritable. Like, you get used to it, but some people might find it to be an issue, but if you're definitely using it for more than 3 hours, it does start to hurt a little bit. A little bit too much to you want to take them off. But that's the comfort. It's good for the first while, then it starts to hurt. The noise insulation, well, let's just go ahead and test that out. So as you can see here, we have the headphones plugged in. Now let's just start off at a lower volume. I'd say that's about 25%. Now let's just go ahead and play it. It's a very quiet environment, and you can barely hear them, but let's just make a little bit of noise. You definitely can't hear them when there's a little bit of noise being made on about 20-30%. But now let's just go ahead and turn it up to about half. You can hear it, you definitely can hear that. If you're in a really quiet environment, like let's just say you're in a classroom and you're trying to listen to music, the desks are pretty far apart, so I don't think anyone should be able to hear this, so that's good for that. Let's just go ahead and bump this up to about 75%. Now it starts to be a little bit of an issue. In a very quiet environment, really close up, you should be able to hear it, but otherwise from that, I'm having to talk a little bit louder because of them, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. So it's definitely something to note. And just take them off. Just go ahead and turn it all the way up. Just go ahead and cover it up. You can definitely hear that. In a very quiet environment, you could be able to hear that. That might be a little bit of an issue. Make a little bit of noise, and you can still hear that. Now let's just do a demo of the tablet speakers too, just so you can hear a sound comparison, because I know that you're using a camera microphone, so it might not be the best, but about half volume on this tablet. So as you can hear, on about 25% on this tablet, about under 20% volume. That should be about what you're going to hear on these headphones, so that's something definitely to note. Noise insulation isn't the best, but it's a little bit better than some headphones, but yeah, I don't think that should be too much of an issue unless you really do want lots of noise cancellation. So the noise cancellation, that's decent, you know. It doesn't block out that much sound. Now, it's a fairly quiet environment. My PlayStation is on, people are yelling in the background. I can still hear stuff. The leakage, noise cancellation, it's not really that good, but it personally isn't an issue for myself because I really don't care about those kind of things. So yeah, now let's talk about the sound quality. Let's just say this, I'm not an audiophile. I don't care too much about my sound quality, but I definitely want something that sounds good, lots of bass. I really do care about my bass. I turned equalizer on with bass boost. I mixed around with my equalizer a bit and I found a good mode. These headphones do have quite a bit of bass, not as much as some Beats headphones. They are comparable to my Beats Studio headphones. So if you've seen Beats Studios before, this is just a size comparison. These are much smaller, and these actually are fairly big headphones compared to some headphones, but pretty small compared to these things. And the bass is comparable to them. They're not a huge difference, but these are just about as good, and they're $50, and you can get those extra bass Beats headphones that look all fancy, $300, $200, and I think these would do just fine. Sure, they might not fold up, which might be an issue if you're just going to climb them in your backpack. It doesn't really seem too strong, but I can definitely take some beatings. I've dropped these a lot. These are about a year and a half old, or a little bit more than a year and a half old, and they've lasted me pretty good. They're about 2.5 years old, and they've lasted me for quite a while. And there's nothing wrong with them, so I'll give them that. They have good build quality. The sound, the highs are not over exaggerated. They're actually pretty good. The mids, the lows, they're really good, and I just overall recommend these headphones. If I had to recommend them to you for the $50, I've used $50 headphones before, and I gotta say, this is probably one of the best pairs. I know if you don't want this bass, it does drown out the other noises quite a bit, because the bass is a little overpowering. But that's what I like. So yeah, you might be able to get some nice Sennheiser headphones too for around this price, but I definitely like these. This is something that I won't need to upgrade my headphones, because these are just fine even when I'm editing a video. Everything sounds great. So that's all for now. Philips Metro Cityscape headphones. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and peace.